and good morning, guys, and happy Tuesday, and welcome to Slowful Vinyasa. All right, so coming to your seat. So today we're just gonna go with the flow, see what happens next, pose after pose, and as we go with the flow and thinking about this, not having anything in mind, really, just paying attention to our sensations and our breath. And really inviting ourselves today to honor the body and to pay attention to all of the sensations within the body, within each pose, within each movement, guiding our breath into different areas, into different fibers of our being. And then from here, as we begin to settle in within our own bodies, closing your eyes if you haven't already, and taking a few deep breaths. Taking your time on each inhalation to fill the lungs to the fullest capacity. And taking the time to exhale the breath fully all the way out on each exhalation. Noticing the space between the lungs and the heart. Noticing the expansiveness of every breath. Bringing our awareness down to the points of contact on the earth, the outer edges of the legs, the feet, the ankles, calves, knees, thighs, and glutes. And with each exhalation, allowing these muscles to melt and sink into the earth, grounding down. Descending the sit bones, rooting deep into the earth. And then upon the next inhalation, guiding the spine all the way up, reaching through the crown of the head, bringing some space between each vertebra as you reach the crown all the way up towards the sky, aligning the chin with the earth. Shoulders are back, arms slide along the sides of the body. Finding integrity throughout the spine, bringing the navel slightly back. And feeling this openness, this spaciousness across the chest. And within this moment, as we observe the body in stillness and the breath, finding your intention for today's practice. To seal our intention in for today's practice, we're going to start off with the sound of Om on our exhalation. So from here, flip the palms up toward the sky, and we're going to trace the entire length of the sun all the way up overhead. Exhale the hands towards heart center. And placing the lengths of the thumbs over the sternum, connecting with the heartbeat. And then from here, we're going to take one full breath cycle. So that's an inhalation through the nostrils, exhaling through an open mouth. And then we're going to inhale into our Om to start today's practice. Let's start off with that breath cycle. Inhaling. And then inhaling to Om. Perfect. And from here, fluttering the eyes open. And let's start off with a little bit of movement. So let's take the hands over the knees. Inhale, grow a little bit taller, reach to the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, hinge from the hips, lead with the heart coming into a forward fold here. And then we're going to start making large circular motions, bringing mobility throughout the entire length of the spine. Upon your inhalation, guiding your body all the way up through the right hand side. Then as you exhale, descending the body all the way through the left. Synchronizing your breath and your movement as you continuously make these large circular motions. Becoming a little bit dynamic in your movement, bringing a little bit of movement maybe in through the shoulders as you make your circles around your elbows, your wrists. Bringing your neck into the mix here. Becoming dynamic in your movement. In this direction, pulling the navel back into the spine. And as you pull the navel back into the spine, as you continue making these circular motions here, actually start to help massage and awaken all of our organs inside. Ascending, the descending, colon, transverse, intestines. And we're going to switch directions here. Keep the navel drawn in. And continuing to make your large circles, ascending through the left, descending on the right. And as you continuously move here, noticing the different sensations within the body and guiding your breath into any areas where you'd like to release tension for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. From here, we're going to inhale, fingertips all the way up towards the sky. Then we're going to exhale, fold all the way over towards the right. As you fold over, descending the left sit bone heavily into the earth and extending the entire left side of the body. On your inhalation, you're going to sweep all the way back up through center. And then exhale to fold over towards the left. Continuing to shift from side to side with the rhythm of your breath. And then once I finish our count, we're going to end off on the right side eventually. And then we're going to add a little bit of movement here. In 3, 2, and 1. All right, so we're going to fold over here on the right side. And then from here, as you inhale, you're going to shift your left shoulder all the way back, opening up your chest and heart to the sky. As you exhale, you're going to guide that left arm right underneath the right arm. You're going to reach all the way back as far as you can, bringing just a slight gentle twist in the spine. You're going to inhale all the way open once again. So you're going to do about 3 more of these. Exhale. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Perfect. Last one. Inhale, open. And exhale to close. Perfect. And we're going to inhale all the way back through center. Exhale to fold over towards the left side. Beautiful. Inhale, open up to the sky, shift that right shoulder all the way back. And then exhale, guide that right arm right underneath the left. And then 4 more rounds here. Inhale to open. Exhale to twist. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist. I might have lost count, so I think we have one more left after this. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist. All right, guys. Last one. Nice big breath, big movement. Inhale, open up that chest. And then exhale to twist. Perfect. Inhale all the way back through center. Flip the palms wide. Exhale, sweep the hands all the way back behind you. On your inhalation, you're going to lift the crown of the head all the way up to the sky. Open up the shoulders, open up the chest. And then as you exhale, you're going to start to descend the chin over the chest. And you're going to lift the arms away from the earth. Nice deep breaths behind the back of the neck. One more breath. And then we're going to get to the legs. And then we're going to shift our positions. One big breath. Softening the elbows. Inhale, crown to sky. Perfect. As we exhale, you're going to release the hands and you're going to extend the right foot out towards the side. You're going to flex the right foot, press to the heel, tuck the toes under. Right hand comes over the leg. You're going to descend the left sit bone in towards the ground. And then as you inhale, you're going to reach all the way up towards the sky. Exhale to fold all the way over towards the right. Beautiful. Inhale, open. Exhale to fold. We're going to switch things up a little bit here. We're going to inhale back, up. Then we're going to guide the right arm, the right hand over the left knee, and then we're going to exhale, close. Fold here. Beautiful. So a little bit of a gentle twist here. You're going to shift that left shoulder back, keep the heart open. Keep reaching towards that right foot. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale back. And then exhale to release. Perfect. So from here, we're going to guide the right heel in, extend the left heel out. Left hand on the leg, and then sinking your right sit bone down into the ground. Inhale, reaching all the way up with the right hand. And then exhale to fold over. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Inhale, open. Now we're going to switch here. Left hand on the right knee. Exhale, fold and hold. Shifting your right shoulder back. Keeping your gaze up towards the sky. For 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Inhale back. And then lastly, we're just going to tuck both of the heels in towards the sit bones into butterfly pose, just to open up the hips a little bit here. Awakening the base of the spine. We're going to inhale, open up the feet like a book, reach to the crown of the head, lift the spine, open up the chest. Beautiful. As you exhale, you're going to relieve the entire length of the spine over the legs. You may choose to keep your hands exactly where they are, hugging the arms in, or you can walk the hands forward. Wherever you are, release the full weight of the head. And allow the back of the neck and the spine to lengthen. Two more breaths. Beautiful. On that last exhalation, you're going to reach the crown of the head all the way back up. Then we're going to close the legs and we're going to flip over into tabletop position. Perfect. So from here, we're just going to do our regular 4 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale into cat, exhale into cow. Tucking the toes under. As you inhale, we're going to tuck the tailbone under, give the glutes a little tiny bit of a squeeze. As you lift the navel up into the spine, reaching the spine up to the sky. And then as you're ready to take your exhalation, you're going to drape the front of the body towards the earth, opening up the heart forward and taking your gaze forward as well. So let's do 3 more of those at the rhythm of your breath, breathing through the entire length of your movement. Last breath. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, heels shift all the way back onto your mat, into your downward facing dog. Then we're going to take the pinkies towards the edges of the mat, open up the fingers nice and wide, press through the heels of the hands and the lengths of the fingers until the center of the palms begin to lift away from the mat. From here, you're going to, on the next exhalation, push the hands into the mat, pushing the mat away from you, descending the shoulders away from the ears, relaxing the full weight of the head as you shift the eyes of the sit bones up to the sky, and then pressing the heels of the feet closer to the earth. On the next 2 breaths, we're going to inhale through the palms of the hands, up the back side of the body, and then we're going to exhale the breath down from the sit bones all the way down through the heels of the feet. 2 breaths. Beautiful. From here, we're going to bend at the knees, navel to spine. Inhale, take your gaze up towards the front of your mat. Hop or step towards the front, flat back. And then as you exhale, softening into your forward fold. Pressing through the feet. Inhale, rise. Trace the sun on the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Samastitihi. Moving through 3 rounds of sun salutation for today's practice, as we usually do. Inhale, tracing the sun on the way up. And then exhale as you hinge from the hips, lead with the heart into your forward fold. We're going to take it nice and slow here. We're going to go into 3 flat backs before we continue. Inhale, flat back, lift and lengthen. Lengthen each space between the vertebrae, reaching through the crown. Exhale, softening, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Reaching through the crown of the head, lengthen the spine. Getting really deep into your breath. Exhale, scoop the belly in, forward fold. Softening. Last one. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, hop or step back, plank. Pulling the navel back into the spine, shifting the shoulders over the wrists, and slowly softening all the way down. Or you can take your knees down first, untuck the toes, and soften your way down, gradually warming yourself up. Inhale, reaching the crown of the head all the way up towards the sky, pressing through the tops of the feet, upward facing dog. Exhale, shifting the sit bones back into space, flipping the feet back over into your downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths here. At the base of the final exhalation, bending the knees, navel to spine, gaze to the front. Inhale to hop or step towards the front of your mat, flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samasthiti. Inhale to trace the sun. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. This time, maybe lowering all the way down without taking the knees down first. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Last breath. Bending the knees, navel to spine, gaze to the front. Inhale, hop or step towards the front of your mat, flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, rise. This time, palms are going to touch. You're going to interlace the last 3 fingers, point the index. On the next inhalation, you're going to inhale, pierce the sky with the index fingers. And then as you exhale, you're going to keep your hips stacked over your ankles, and you're going to fold over towards the right. Perfect. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, shift the index fingers back. Open up your chest to the sky. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale, you're going to point the index fingers all the way to the front, opening up the space between the shoulder blades all the way back, tucking the chin into the chest. Beautiful. Then we're going to move through that last sun salutation. Inhale, fingertips all the way back up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, opening up the arms once again. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. Lowering down from plank, nice and slowly, hugging the arms and the navel in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Perfect. Let's take our last 3 breaths here, and then we're going to continue moving through the rest of our practice. Last breath here. Perfect. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, curl the spine. Inhale, step the right foot forward. As you exhale, you're going to pivot the back foot so that it's in line with the short edge of the mat. Bring the navel back into the spine. Hug the inner legs towards each other. Push the feet into the mat. As you inhale, you're going to windmill the arms up into warrior two. So notice that once you rise here, the tendency sometimes is to shift the shoulders forward. So just going to slide them all the way back, making sure that they're stacked right over the hips. Pushing your feet away from each other, arms are nice and wide. Your gaze is past the right fingertips. So we're going to hold here for a few breaths, fixing your gaze, pulling the navel back into the spine, making sure that the tip of the tailbone is facing the ground instead of sticking out back here. So you're just going to make sure that's tucked in. Nice, growing long and tall through the crown of the head, maintaining integrity throughout the entire trunk of the body. And then when I count down from 3, we're going to start inviting movement and back into the body again, synchronizing your breath with your movement, tracing the entire length of your breath as you shift. Beautiful. For 3, 2, and 1. On your inhalation, you're going to flip the palms up. Inhale to lift. On your exhalation, you're going to flip the palms back down and sink a little bit deeper than you did before. We'll do that another 4 times. Inhale up. Exhale to sink. Inhale up. Exhale, sink. Last 2. Inhale up. Exhale, sink. Inhale up. Exhale, sink. Perfect. So from here, the last thing that we're going to do, we're going to keep that right leg bent this time. We're going to flip the palms up, bring the hands all the way up overhead. We're going to interlace the last 3 fingers. And then as you inhale, you're going to pierce the sky with the index fingers. Then as you exhale, you're going to shift the fingertips over as you fold over towards the right. Press back through the edge of the left foot. 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, you're going to shift your heart towards the ground and your gaze. You're going to descend the hands, pivot the back foot, step the right foot back plank, and we're all going to flow through our first vinyasa here together, lowering down from plank all the way down to the ground. Untucking the toes, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, so at any point in time during the practice, you feel like maybe hanging out in child's pose, observing the breath and breathing through the body, you can do child's pose instead of our vinyasa. All right, so let's inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, step the left foot forward. As you exhale, you're going to pivot the back foot in line with the short edge of the mat. Pull the navel back into the spine, pushing your feet away from each other. Inhale to windmill the arms all the way up. Softening your gaze as you reach to the back and to the front of the room through the fingertips. Feet are pressed away from each other. Shoulders are stacked right over the hips. Pulling the navel back into the spine, reaching through the crown, tailbone is facing the ground. It's nice and tucked here. Every single muscle in the body is nice and active. Keeping a soft gaze, fixing your gaze somewhere, anywhere near the front, or maybe just the tip of your left finger here, your middle finger. For 3, is open chest. 2, and 1. Flip the palms, inhale to rise. And remember, each time you exhale, exhale sinking a little bit deeper. Inhale to lift. Exhale to sink. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. We've got 1 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. And then we're going to keep that left knee bent. We're going to inhale, flip the palms up. Interlace the last 3 fingers into Kali Mudra. Inhale, press and pierce the sky with the index fingers. And then as you exhale, you're going to fold over towards the left. Press through the edge of the right foot for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale back up. You're going to flip your gaze down towards the ground. Take the hands back down. Flip the right foot. Step the left foot back. Plank. Flowing through Vinyasa or Child's Pose. Perfect. So for the next round, we are going to be transitioning from Warrior 2 into Exalted Warrior and then Extended Side Angle. So that's why we started stretching out the bodies out before, the sides of the bodies out before as well. Get the body a little bit used to that. So let's take 2 more breaths here. Nice big deep inhalations, deep exhalations. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right foot steps forward. Exhale, pivot the back. Inhale, Warrior 2. Windmill the arms all the way up. Perfect. So we're going to stay here for about 3 breaths. Soften your gaze. Arms reach to the back and to the front. Tucking the navel in. For 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. From here, we're going to flip the right palm up, sweep the left arm back towards the right hip. Inhale, trace the right fingertips up towards the sky. As you exhale, trace them all the way back. For 3, 2, and 1. All right, so coming into our extended side angle, we're going to pull the navel back into the spine. We're going to windmill the arms down. So you have 2 options here. You can either take your right forearm towards the thigh and then sweep the left arm across the ear. Or if you'd like to come a little bit lower, you can even take your right hand down right next to the right foot. So wherever you are today, you're going to press back through the edge of the left foot, and you're going to reach to the front of the room through the fingertips. For 3, keep that left shoulder back. Keep the chest open. 2, and 1. Perfect. As you exhale, hands come back down to the ground. Pivot the back foot. Step the right foot back. Plank and Vinyasa or Child's Pose. Excellent. Let's take one big deep breath in, downward facing dog. Mhm. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left foot steps forward. Perfect. Exhale, pivot the back. Navel to spine. On your inhalation, windmill the arms all the way up. And then as you exhale, you're going to press the feet away from each other. Reach to the back and to the front of the room through the fingertips. Lift the crown of the head. Lengthen the spine. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flip the left palm up to the sky. Sweep the right arm all the way back towards the left hip. Inhale, tracing the left fingertips across the sky. As you exhale, shifting them all the way back, opening up the left side of the body. Soften your gaze up to the sky. For 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Inhale back to center. And then exhale into your extended side angle, either forearm to the thigh or left hand to the outer edge of the left foot, all the way to the ground. You're going to sweep your right arm across the earth, right over the ear, into your extended side angle. Press to the edge of the right foot. Reach all the way to the front. Keep that chest nice and open. For 3, 2, and 1. Shift your gaze back down to the ground. Right hand lands, right foot pivots, step the left foot back, plank, and going through Vinyasa. All right, coming into downward facing dog or child's pose, depending where you're at, and feeling the breath for 3 big, deep breaths. Really using that exhalation to soften any tension that might be throughout the body. Using the inhalations to energize the cells. Perfect. At the base of the next exhalation, we're going to inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, step the right foot forward. And then as you exhale, you're going to pivot the back foot in line with the short edge of the mat once again. Then from here, we're going to inhale, arms up. You're going to straighten that right leg up this time. Perfect. As you exhale, you're going to pivot forward. You're going, not pivot forward, rather, you're going to reach the right fingertips forward, past the right toes, and you're going to pivot from the hips as you fold towards the right side. Now, the right side's going to want to crunch here a little bit. So you're going to keep that spine nice and long, reach to the crown of the head to lengthen the right side of the body as you continuously fold here in your Trikonasana triangle pose. Stacking your shoulders, taking your gaze up towards the left thumb, pushing the feet away from each other, lifting the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha, and pulling the navel back into Uddiyana Bandha. For 3, 2, and 1. All right, inhale to come all the way back up. This time we're going to go into a revolved version. From here, as you exhale, you're going to shift the right fingertips all the way forward again, and then you're going to windmill the arms down so the left hand comes down this time. So the left hand can come on the inner edge of the right foot or the outer edge. You're going to shift the right hip back into space, and then you're going to open up your right arm to the sky into a twisted version of triangle pose, Trigonasana. If it's available for you today, you can shift your gaze up towards your right thumb, and if not, you can shift the gaze down towards the ground. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring the navel back into the spine, fiercely pressing through the feet. Inhale to windmill the arms all the way back up. And then as you exhale, you're going to bend up your right knee, windmill the arms all the way down, pivot the back foot, step the right foot back, and vinyasa. Perfect. Let's take one big deep breath here. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left foot steps forward. Perfect. Exhale, pivot the back. Navel to spine. Straightening that left leg. You're going to inhale, windmill the arms up. Exhale, shifting the left fingertips past the left toes. Pivot from the hips, folding over into Trigonasana. The outer left hand presses into the inner left leg. Feet press away from each other, pushing into the ground. Right hip and right shoulder shift back, keeping it nice and open. Remember to reach the crown of the head, lengthen the left side of the body as well. For 3, 2, and 1. All right, coming into the revolved version of this pose. Inhale, 2, guide the arms all the way back up to neutral. And then from here, we're going to slide those left fingertips past left toes once again, reaching forward. This time we're going to windmill the arms down. The right hand is going to come down onto the inner left foot or the outer. You're going to shift that left hip back. It's going to want to jut out a little bit. And then you're going to reach up to the sky with the left hand. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale to windmill the arms all the way back up. Perfect. We're going to bend that left knee, windmill the arms down, pivot the back foot, step the left foot back, plank, and flowing through our vinyasa. Taking the moment here, pausing in your downward facing dog or your child's pose. Taking some deeper breaths. Nourishing the body with every inhalation and exhalation. And then from here, we're going to observe strengthening the outer edges of the hips since we opened up the inner hips just a little bit. All right, so we're going to bend the knees here, bring the navel back into the spine, shift the gaze towards the front of your mat, step or hop towards the front, flat back, and then exhale to forward fold. Perfect. Bending the knees greatly here, sending the sit bones way back into space, taking your seat into chair pose. On your inhalation, you're going to sweep the fingertips across the earth all the way up to the sky, guiding the arms right alongside the ears, pulling the navel back. You're going to start to push the feet away from each other, pressing into the outer edges of the feet. Push, 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 push. You're going to start to take your gaze down. Make sure that you can still see your toes. If you can't, shift the sit bones back and take a deeper seat. For 3, 2, and 1. As you exhale, soften into your forward fold, taking a hold of your elbows. And then from here, you're going to shift the tops of the arms alongside the ears as you inhale, coming into your flat back. Your forearms are going to align with the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, release the entire length of the spine over the legs, draping over, releasing the weight of the head, and keeping the hands at the elbows here. You can bend your knees as much as you'd like to start to lengthen the spine. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, sweep the arms wide, reaching up to the sky. As you exhale, step the right foot all the way back. Beautiful. Hands come out to the hips. Inhale, reach up to the sky through the crown of the head, lengthening the spine. As you exhale, hinge from the hips, lead with the heart, forward fold. Planting the hands down onto the earth, right in between the feet. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, navel to spine, forward fold. Push the feet into the mat and then press the feet away from each other. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to take a little bit of a twist here. We're going to take the left hand over the right foot. As you inhale, you're going to reach up to the sky with the right hand. 2 more breaths. At the base of the exhalation, you're going to switch sides. The right hand is going to come over the left foot. As you inhale, reach up to the left hand. 2 more breaths. And then at the base of your exhalation, coming all the way back to center. All right, so from here, we're going to take the hands back towards the hips, softening the knees. Inhale, crown to sky. One last strengthening thing here. We're going to bring the heels back in so that the feet are pointing out at a 45. And from here, we're just going to relax our sit bones down to the ground, keeping the knees wide. As you lower yourself, you're going to keep your knees pushed towards the back of you, to the wall behind you, okay? So we're going to take Kali Mudra once again. Hands are going to come together. The last 3 fingers interlace. The index fingers are pointing up. Taking your hands towards heart center, reaching the elbows out. Inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, bending at the knees, shifting the sit bones down, sliding the shoulders over the hips, pushing the feet away from each other. On each exhalation, sinking lower down to the ground, feeling the strength of the pillars of the legs. For 3, 2, And one. Inhale to lift all the way back up. Beautiful. Opening up your eyes if you've closed them. And then as you exhale, we're going to heel to the feet all the way in. Perfect. We're going to cross the shins and we're going to come down into a seated position to start our little cool down. So for the cool down, we're going to come into a hip opener here, and you're going to have three different options. So one option. So I'm going to go from the least intense or sensational to the most intense and sensational. So essentially here, what the end pose would either be fire log pose or shoelace. And so we'll go into that in a moment. Or full gomukasan. Okay. So for here, we can do half fire log. So you can make the position of the number 4 with your legs. So you can start off with the right leg. You're going to bend your right knee. You're going to take your right ankle and you're going to rest it right over your left thigh. You're going to keep both feet flexed and you're going to keep that right knee down towards the ground. As you inhale here, you're going to lift up to the sky. You're going to scoop the navel in, hinge forward from the hips, and then you're going to come into your forward fold here. So to increase this sensation throughout your hip, if you'd like to, if it's available for you today, you can cross both legs here, stacking the shins right over each other, keeping the feet flexed. So the ankles are going to come over the knees over ankles here. If that's available for you today, you can take your fingertips down to the ground on either sides of the body. You can press through the fingertips to reach to the crown of the head, and you can hinge forward here, leading with the heart. Keep your feet flexed. Or lastly, you can stack the knees over each other and take the heels towards the hip bones. Sinking the hip bones down to the ground, you can take your hands over the base of your feet. And then you're going to inhale, reach up to the sky, and then you're going to hinge forward here. So whichever one of the three positions that you'd like to take today, figure out which one feels the best in your body and stay with that one. One more deep breath. Beautiful. Inhale back through center, and then exhale to unwind. And we're going to go over towards the other side now. So stacking the left leg over the right, depending on which position that you chose for today. So just a quick little run through. You're either going to take the number 4 position, so half fire log pose, or you can go into full fire log with your feet both flexed, knees over ankles, ankle over knee. Or you can stack the knees and take the heels towards the hips. So there's 2 names for this one depending on which practice you're in. So if you're in yin practice, this pose right here is shoelace, and if it's not, then it's the gomukasan, cow face pose. Beautiful. Let's take the last two deep breaths here, sending your exhalations in any area where you'd like to release tension. And bringing the crown back towards the sky. And then as you exhale, unwinding the legs. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to descend the length of the spine back to the ground. You're going to open up your feet as wide as the mat, arms into TR cactus. And then just to release the spine here before coming into Shavasana, you may choose to either swish the knees from side to side. You can take the knees into the chest. You can even take happy baby if that is suitable for your practice today. Any other position that you would like to take, you can take it. Taking the moment here for the next couple of breaths to bring whichever movement that your body's asking you for today. And then once you release the body to the ground in Shavasana, taking a couple of very deep breaths, relaxing the body on each exhalation and surrendering to gravity, allowing the body to rest and restore and melt into the ground. Bringing all of your awareness down to the base of the feet. Noticing the weight of the feet resting into the earth. And as you progress the awareness up the body, part by part, piece by piece, observing every single sensation on the way up. And as you bring the breath and the awareness up the entire body, awakening every single cell, bringing your awareness back onto your mat, back into the room. Through the legs, the glutes, the trunk of the body, the arms, the neck, and the entire area of the head. Every cell of the body ready for the day. And then as you take your next inhalation, guiding your arms all the way back behind you, your toes all the way over towards the front of your room, stretching your body out like the longest being. And then as you exhale, guiding the forehead back into the knees, curling yourself into the tiniest, teeniest little ball, rolling from side to side, massaging the length of the spine, and eventually finding yourself towards the right side of the body, resting for a moment, planting the left hand on the earth in front of the chest. And as you pause here, giving thanks to every effort that you've put into today's practice, every breath, every movement, every time you adjusted or modified, every time you listened to your body. And then as you take your next inhalation, pressing to the left palm to rise into a seated position, to close today's practice together with a sound of Om on your exhalation. Let us guide the hands together in front of the heart in Anjali Mudra, with the lengths of the fingers over the sternum, connecting to the heart's beat. Let us inhale now. Inhaling. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. May every single cell of your entire being be filled with love, light, abundance, bliss, and freedom, and optimal health. May all beings be happy, be happy, be happy. Namaste. And welcome back, Jarek. It's nice to see you again. And I will see your beautiful faces, or names rather, tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. No, not tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning at 7 o'clock. So today, if you wanted some extra relaxation, we have yin at 10:30. So for yin, we're going to look at the spine and as well as the hips. So we're going to be going through the whole body, well, the bottom half of the body rather. And we're going to be using very minimal props. So you're not going to need a heck of a lot, just the basic 3 props that we usually use. So it's going to be the pillow, large towel, and a small blanket. That's at 10:30. I will see you guys then. If not, have a super fantastic day and enjoy your Tuesday. Bye for now.